Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. I promise we will get to your questions in just a little bit, but first I want to hit the news from last night, and that is, of course, the Chiefs signing Kelechi Osemele to a one-year deal, or at least agreeing to a deal with the veteran offensive lineman for the 2020 season. He, of course, is coming off of a weird 2019 in which he only played in 3 games for the New York Jets. There were disputes over a shoulder injury. The Jets and their team doctors thought he could play through it, could rehab it. He and his independent doctor opted to go for surgery, kind of ended in a messy divorce. But I was surprised he was still available on the free agent market for this long because he's gone to a couple of Pro Bowlers. He was an All-Pro in 2016. He's played some tackle, played some guard. Now he is expected to be the Chiefs' right guard for the 2020 season. And no surprise, right? Because Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, of course, opted out in order to keep, being involved in the COVID-19 measures there up in Canada. Very admirable of him. He's decided not to play, which left the need at right guard for the Kansas City Chiefs. And let's be honest, left guard is a little bit up for grabs as well. I think it'll be Andrew Wiley, but maybe it's Martinez Rankin. Maybe it's Lucas Niang, the rookie out of TCU, who says he's been working out at guard and tackle, working on techniques for both this offseason. So it'll be interesting, but I think adding Osemele, a veteran guy who's been around, he's done some good things in this league, makes a lot of sense, and I think it's a good move for the Kansas City Chiefs for the 2020 season. So grade the Osemele signing, A, B, C, D, or F. We can all assume that it's going to be a very, very cheap one-year deal, which means I got to give it a B+, A-. It's an upgrade, from what the other options would have been after Duvernay-Tardif decided to opt out. I'm going to give it a solid B+. I'll make this the pinned comment. You let me know what you would grade this signing. Also, real quick, before we get into our mailbag questions, deal of the day here on the Chiefs Report. We got this black custom Kansas City Chiefs t-shirt available. You can get your name on the back, whatever you want, at chatsports.com/ChiefsCustom. Chatsports.com/ChiefsCustom. I'll put that link in the comments, put it in the description. Take advantage of this deal today while it's on sale. Deal ends tonight at midnight Central Time here on a Sunday, so go ahead and shop today. One more time, it's chatsports.com/ChiefsCustom. All right, let's get to our questions here. I promised a mailbag, and we got several to get to, starting with Mick and Chicken. Do you think we could trade D-Rob and Sammy Watkins for Marquise Brown? Why do you guys keep asking to trade Sammy Watkins? He has a no-trade clause now. When they restructured his deal, that was part of the deal, that he has a no-trade clause for the remainder of his contract, which is just this season. Now, sure, they could trade him if he agreed to it, but why would he? He's on the best team in the league and wants to win another Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. Now, hypothetically, Marquise Brown in this offense would be amazing. Another speedster, can take the top off of defense. Madden would break if that happened, but at the end of the day, Baltimore's not going to do it, and the Chiefs can't do it, so it doesn't seem that likely. Brown had 584 yards, 7 touchdowns as a rookie this past season for the Ravens, including a long of 83 yards on a touchdown. I believe that one was in Week 1 against the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, you compare him to Watkins and Robinson. Watkins had a bigger year overall, but less touchdowns, only had the 3 scores, all of which were in Week 1. Marcus Robinson, typical numbers for a number 4 receiver, right? 440-something yards, had the 4 scores as well. In a hypothetical world, would I trade Watkins and Robinson for Marquise Brown? Absolutely. I think that's a no-brainer, but the Ravens spent a first-round pick on him. He's expected to be a big part of their offense moving forward. Pick a wide receiver for 1 year, just right now. Sammy Watkins, Marquise Brown. Who would you take? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you want Watkins, take SW. If you want Marquise Brown, type MB. Go ahead. I'm curious what your thoughts are on that one. Also, like this video if you think the Chiefs have the best offense in the NFL. Lots of wide receiver questions today. Here's the thing, guys. This offense already the best in the league. I expect to see a lot of thumbs up on today's video, so hit that like icon for me. Helps us out, helps support the show here on the Chiefs Report. Next up is Monster Jam Fan 0311. Hey, Harrison, is it necessary to bring in Terrell Owens? I mean, it would be fantastic to have Mahomes throw him at least 1 touchdown, but is it a priority? Obviously, it's not a priority. I don't want to, beat you guys down too much, but guys, Tyreek Hill's just having fun, and they're running 40-yard dashes in the offseason. Now, I'll say this, for 46 years old and the guy who hadn't played in the NFL in 10 years, T.O. looks good, and he looks pretty fast, but don't buy into that garbage that said, those guys sitting out there saying he ran a mid-4.4. Didn't happen. Maybe he can run a 4.6, My guy Tom Downey here at Chat Sports, they talked about this on NFL Daily the other day, and I thought he made a good point. Could T.O. play one game? Yes. But he would wake up the next day, and he wouldn't be able to get out of bed because he's 46 years old, and he can't take the beating of playing in an NFL game. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to hypothesize. T.O., you see the picture with T.O. and Tyreek Hill. Like I said, those two and Chad Johnson met up, and they ran their 40s. And look, like T.O. held his own with Tyreek. I'm not going to dispute that, but guys, like, you can't play in the NFL. He hasn't played since 2010. That was a decade ago. Here was a quote from T.O. afterwards. Clearly, he was being sarcastic, or was he? He said, Andy Reid, if you get in trouble, I'm letting you know right now, I'm social distancing, I got my mask on, but if you're ready, it's going to be mask off. Bring me to Kansas City now. You know me. Rick Burkholder, y'all know me. Let's go Kansas City Chiefs. You can tell in his tone he's joking. He's just having fun. This is what T.O. does. He likes to stay in the spotlight. Obviously, he's one of the best wide receivers of all time. Like, nobody's going to dispute that, but he's 46 and hadn't played in a decade. Like, it's not going to happen. He's not going to play for the Chiefs or any other NFL team. He should have signed up for the XFL. That would have been entertaining, and they would have taken him, would have given them a better chance to survive. If you could sign any retired player, who would it be? Would it be T.O.? Would it be someone else? Let me know which retired player you would like to see on the Kansas City Chiefs in 2020. And while you're pondering that, while you're answering that, why not go ahead and subscribe to the channel? I know a lot of you guys are subscribed, but over 50% of you guys that watch our videos haven't hit that big red button. My theory is people are scared of the word subscribe. It's free. It's not like a lot of these written pay sites where you have to pay $7 a month and enter your credit card and all that. You literally hit the button and, you're subscribed and you can watch all our videos. Turn on that bell as well. You'll never ever miss a video. You're risking nothing by hitting a button. It's a great deal. Go ahead and subscribe. You'll know exactly when all of our videos hit the channel. Next up, Nicholas Shaw. What if the Chiefs signed J.J. Nelson? A lot of receiver questions today. The Chiefs seem to have luck with bass wide receivers. Well, they do and they don't. I mean, it's not like DeAnthony Thomas tore it up in this system, right? Like, he did some good things, but you look over the years. And you see a lot of the guys come out of college, they dominate in college because they're fast, but they get to the NFL and they're just kind of ordinary, right? Like, I think of a Tavon Austin. I thought coming out of West Virginia he was going to tear up the league. He's been very mediocre. Like, he's still in the league, but he hasn't done a whole lot of different things. J.J. Nelson, kind of the same thing. Now, the last couple of years hasn't done much at all. If I knew I was getting 2016 or even 2017 J.J. Nelson, one-year deal, compete with Byron Pringle for the fifth wide receiver spot, I'm fine with that, but the Chiefs have enough speed. Like, where is J.J. Nelson going to fit in this offense? Like, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, Sammy Watkins, and Demarcus Robinson are your undisputed top four receivers, and that's not going to change. And you have Travis Kelce at tight end and a couple of running backs who can catch the ball as well. Like, J.J. Nelson's not going to be able to offer you a lot because he's not going to be able to get on the field. So, again, cheap one-year deal, no guaranteed money, sure, bring him to training camp. But other than that, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Next up is Kate Coleman asking, using hashtag Chiefs, do you think the Chiefs will sign Logan Ryan? If so, predict when you think we will sign him. Well, if he's going to sign and gear up for the season, it's got to be soon, right? Like, training camp's around the corner, players are starting to report. Like, he's got to get on board soon. Now, the deal with Logan Ryan is he vastly overestimated what his market was going to be. That's the bottom line. That's why he's still a free agent. He's holding out for hope for a new deal. Maybe he's waiting to see if there's a significant injury in training camp, and then he'll sign, hoping to get that type of contract that he's expecting. But the reality is, it's not going to happen. Like, if he wants to sign a cheap one-year deal with Kansas City, I'm down, and it would maybe complete the greatest offseason work by any general manager in history from Brett Veach, which has already done an incredible job. But I don't think it's very likely. I think the Chiefs are comfortable with their options. Rashad, Fenton, L'Jarius Sneed. I think they'll roll with what they've got. But again, cheap one-year deal, I'm always down for that. He does a little bit of everything. I like Logan Ryan. Sure, he gives up plays, but he makes plays as well. But he's going to hold out for the most money he can get, and that's not going to be from Kansas City because the money's not there, and even if it was, they're not going to pay top dollar for a nickel corner, which is why they let Kendall Fuller go in free agency. Should the Chiefs sign Logan Ryan? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Go ahead and cast your votes down in the comments section. All right, last one here. Anthony Hodgkins asks, will this be Byron Pringle's breakout season? I mentioned a lot of receiver questions today, which I can appreciate. The problem is, and look, I like Pringle. Good special teams player. When he's gotten chances in the offense, he's done some good things. There's no room, right? Like, I think he makes the team as the number 5 wide receiver, and, he'll rotate in. Maybe he gives you 8 to 10 snaps on offense and a lot of special team snaps per game. But overall, where's he going to fit in? Last year, 12 grabs, 170 yards, and a touchdown. The touchdown he did have was on that sweet Mahomes scramble play against the Colts. He's capable. I think on certain teams he could be a number 3 type of receiver, but it's just not here. For Pringle, this is what he needs to do. Continue to impress, and then maybe if he does enough good things this year, maybe he's your number 3 next year behind Hill and Hardman, because DeMarcus Robinson and Sammy Watkins are free agents next year. Like, those guys both leave. Maybe Byron Pringle gets the chance to have a bigger role on this football team. But Anthony, maybe he puts up bigger numbers. Maybe he doubles his production. Maybe it's like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns this year. But is that really a breakout? I don't really think so in the